Okay, good morning everyone. Today we are going to study the poem No Men Are Foreign by James Kirkup. Okay, James Kirkup. Kirkup. Okay, he is a prolific writer and translator. What is prolific writer? The person who writes in volumes, who writes many poems or who writes many short stories. That person is called as a prolific writer. And No Men Are Foreign is one of the famous poem by James Kirkup. From the title itself, it is clear what he is saying. Nobody is foreign. Nobody is foreign. He don't accept the concept that somebody is foreign. Somebody is from other country. What is foreign? Foreign is other country other than India, for example. We call those countries as the foreign countries. What he is saying, I don't believe in such concept that somebody is foreign or somebody is a foreigner. Sakshi, have you sent the photo? If she has sent the photo, please open the photo. Okay, now I am going to read the poem. So the poem goes like this. Remember, no men are strange, no countries are foreign. No men are strange. Stranger, who are strangers? Strangers are unknown people. The people whom we don't know, we call them strange. Remember, he is telling the readers, remember, nobody is strange. Nobody is a foreigner. No country is foreign. There is no such concept as foreign or foreigner according to James Kirkup. Why? He is giving explanation in the next lines. Beneath all uniforms. Who wear uniform? Who wears uniforms? Beneath all uniforms. Okay, yes. Uniforms, soldiers, the people from the police, policemen, and even the students, they wear the uniform. Uniform means what? Uniform is a particular kind of clothes. What is the uniform of Indian Army? Can you tell me what is the color of the uniform of the Indian Army? Somebody please tell me. Green, it is a combination of green and grey. Am I right, Ayush? Am I right? Yes. Okay. So there is uniform, especially in this poem. This James Kirkup is talking about the soldiers who are wearing the uniforms. What he is saying, those soldiers are wearing different colors of uniforms. Means, for example, Indian Army is wearing the uniform of green plus grey color. The another army is wearing some another kind of uniform. Means Pakistani army is wearing some different kind of uniform. American army is wearing some different colored uniform. Uniforms are different, but below that uniforms, a single body breathes. What is below that uniform? There is a single body. Body is breathing. There is a human body. We cannot say that American body is different and Indian body is different. All the bodies are same. All the bodies are having the same organs. All the bodies are having the blood. If some soldier is being shot, he is injured, he will bleed, and the color of the blood is same, that is red. Therefore he is saying that a single body breathes beneath all uniforms. He is talking about universal brotherhood. Do you agree with me, my students? He is talking about universal brotherhood. He is talking about the unity, global unity. In the next line he says, a single body breathes like ours. Okay, we all are together. We have the same body. The same body is given to us maybe by nature or maybe by God. Our body is same. Everybody is having the nose. Everybody is having 2 ears, a single mouth. Then we are having 2 arms, 2 legs. The structure is same. Even the internal contents, even the internal organs, body organs, they are also same. So what is different? Just we are wearing the different colored uniforms and therefore we are hating each other. We have become enemies and we are shooting each other. We call some people from other countries are foreigners and we doubt about their aims. We doubt about their intentions. And there are wars. See, this poem was written on the background of World War II and World War I. During the World War II and during the World War I, the universe or this world has witnessed a lot of bloodshed, a lot of deaths, lot of missing soldiers. Okay, who died? Citizens also died and soldier also died. But those who died, they were having the single body, they were having the same body, they were having the same color blood, they were also, all of them, they were having the family. See, the person, the soldier from India is also having family, he is also having his parents, his wife and his children. And even the American person or the person from any other country, if we are fighting with that country, that soldier is also having his family, his parents, his children. And if the soldier is dead, his family becomes orphan, his children become orphan. So why wars? That is the question. We are together. God has created, nature has created this world, and the boundaries are created by the human beings. That is the issue raised by James Kirkup in this poem. He is saying the world is united. God has never divided this world. Nature has never divided this world. But boundaries are being created by us, by we human beings, and we are fighting because of these boundaries. Because of these boundaries, we have created a new world called as foreign or the foreigner. Otherwise, by nature or by God, there is no difference between us. We are having same organs, same feelings. In the next few lines, he is talking about the feelings also. The land our brothers walk upon is earth like this. This is the same earth. Means suppose we are walking, that is also earth, and other foreigner people, other foreigner soldiers, other foreigners, they are walking, that is also the same earth. We cannot say that this part of earth is ours and that part of earth is theirs. Earth is a complete globe, you can say. It is a complete rounded system, and we cannot divide it, we cannot cut it into pieces. This is the same earth which is owned by all people, all the global citizens. He is talking about the global society. He is talking about the global citizens. Please don't differentiate. Please don't talk about the partitions, he is saying. The earth is same in which we all shall lie. What is going to happen? After death, we all are going to lie. We all are going to sleep in the same earth. See, though we are burned. According to Hindu rituals, we will be burned. According to Christian rituals, their bodies will be kept in the coffin, but they will also go into the earth. We will also go into the earth. Though we are burnt, we will turn into ashes, and when our ashes, they are flown in the rivers, we will turn into earth. सगळ्यांची शेवटी माती होणार आहे. Please keep this in mind. We are going in the same ground. We are going in the same earth. Our future is same. Our destiny is same. They too aware of sun, air and water. Our basic needs are same. Our basic needs, the people of the global citizens, the people of all the citizens all over the world. Everybody needs oxygen, everybody needs water, everybody needs food, everybody needs shelter and clothing. Are our basic needs different? No, our basic needs are also same. He is proving the theorem. As if we prove the theorem in the geometry. A is equal to B, B is equal to C, and therefore A is equal to C. Similarly, he is proving the theorem that if all the citizens of the world, they are having the same needs, same desires, same feelings, then why there is a word called as foreigner? There is no difference in our bodies also. And fed by peaceful harvest. Harvest is the season. Now harvest season is going on. Harvest is the season when the grain comes home. When the farmers, they cut the grain, and the grain comes home. That season is called as harvest. In Marathi, we call it as Sugiche Divas. If there are peaceful harvest, if there is no wars, if there are no droughts, if there are no famines, if there are no floods, म्हणजे दुष्काळ नाहीये, पूर नाहीये, युद्ध नाहीये, तरच peaceful harvest होतील. Then only the grain will come home and everybody is going to be fed with the same grain. See, we all are going to eat the same grain. Nobody is going to eat any diamond. Some person is very rich, nobody is going to eat any money. Nobody is going to eat any gold. Though he is rich or though he is poor, or though he is American, though he is Indian, though he is Chinese, everybody is going to eat the same food. And for food, we need the same harvest. We need peaceful harvest. We don't need any wars. We don't need any natural calamities like floods, famines, or any other thing, volcanoes, etc. But wars, long winters start. But if there are wars, what will happen? Here he is comparing wars with the winters. See, our winters, they are pleasant. The winter's season in the Indian subcontinent, in India, it is pleasant season because the temperature doesn't go below 10 over here. But the winters in Western countries, especially in Northern Hemisphere, okay, the winters in Northern Hemispheres, they are very much what you can say painful because the temperature is always below 0 degree. When we see in the TV, when we see on the news that there is snowfall, we are happy because we are not aware what is the meaning of the snowfall. But the meaning of the snowfall for those people is that life is stuck now. There is no food. They have to store the food for 3 to 4 months because they are stuck at home. So winters are not good. So therefore, James Kirpak is comparing wars with the winter season in this poem. He is saying as winters are not good, similarly wars are not good because we will not be having any food because everybody will be engaged in the wars. Even the farmers, if there is bombing, the agriculture will be destroyed. If the people minds are not set, there will be no good food. So we don't need war or we don't need harsh winters also. Their hands are ours and their lines we read, a labor not different from our own. These two lines, they are very much important, my dear students. Their hands are ours. Everybody needs to work hard. Will you say that an American person can get a food without working? He's sitting at home and food is served in his plate. Is it possible? No. It is not possible for any Korean person. It is not possible for any Arabian person, and it is not possible for any Indian person also. We all have to work hard with these two hands. Okay, these hands. The hands symbolizes here labor, shram. श्रम केल्याशिवाय आपल्याला कुणालाही खायला मिळणार नाही आहे. प्लीज कीप दिस इन माइंड. सो एव्हरीबडी हॅज टू वर्क हार्ड टू फीड ourselves. Then why we are fighting among ourselves? This is the question raised by James Kirkup. There are no needs of fights. There are no needs of wars. He is saying over here. A labor म्हणजे श्रम. Everybody has to do the labor. Everybody has to do the hard work for gaining money, for earning daily livelihood. दररोजचं आपलं जे खाणं आहे ते अर्न करण्यासाठी आपल्याला सगळ्यांना श्रम करावे लागतात. Nobody can sit idle at home and he or she will be fed by the food. Okay, so we have to work hard. And even the lines on our hands, they are same. Lines are not different. Lines means our fate. Line means our destiny. That is also same. What is the destiny? If we work hard, if we don't fight, then we are going to have peaceful harvest. Then we are going to fed with the good food. But if we fight among ourselves, if we have wars among ourselves, then all of us, we are going to die. That is our destiny. So the lines means the lines on our palms. पाल्मस्ट्री एक हे आहे, भविष्य सांगण्याचं मीन्स आहे, माध्यम आहे. हातावरच्या लाईन्स रीड केल्या जातात. सो हिअर ही इज सेइंग the lines are also same on the hands of every people all over the world. So there is no need to fight among ourselves. There is no need of wars because all of us, we are united. We are brothers and sisters. Okay, we are universal brothers and sisters. There is no such concept as foreigner. There is no such concept as foreign or abroad. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake and sleep. Okay, we all people, all the human beings over the earth, we are having the same eyes, and all of us, we need sleep, we need rest, to rejuvenate ourselves. आपल्याला सगळ्यांना झोप लागते. We do the hard work, and everybody of us, we need the, what you can say, we need the rest for gaining the next day's energy. And strength that can be won by love. This is the answer given by James Kirkup. He is saying war is not the solution. What is the solution? The solution is not hatred. The solution is love. Any problem in the world, it can be solved. What he is saying? Any problem in the world, it can be solved just by love. Just by connection of our hearts, heart to heart connection. If we start hating some person, it may result into enmity. म्हणजे तिरस्कार आपण करायला लागलो, त्याचं रूपांतर कशामध्ये होतं? एनिमिटी मध्ये होतं. म्हणजे दुश्मनीमध्ये होतं. दुश्मनी कशामध्ये रिझल्ट होते? वॉर्समध्ये रिझल्ट होते. वॉर्स कशामध्ये रिझल्ट होतात? इफ देर आर वॉर्स, व्हॉट विल हॅपन? ब्लडशेड विल बी देअर, देर विल बी लॉट ऑफ डेथ्स अँड नथिंग एल्स विल बी देअर. सो वी डोंट नीड एनी वॉर्स, वी नीड पीस. PEACE. PEACE, peace means what? Shantata. We don't need PIECE, peace. PIECE, peace. All of us are in pieces today. We are divided, we are fragmented, we are living in a fragmented society. We are fighting on petty issues. आपण खूप मुद्द्यांवर आपण झगडा करत आहोत, आपण भांडत आहोत. But what is the opinion of James Kirkup? What he is saying? We don't need any wars, we don't need fragments, we don't need any society which is divided into pieces. We need the united society. आपल्याला एक युनायटेड सोसायटी हवी आहे. आपल्याला एक ग्लोबल सोसायटी हवी आहे, जिकडे कोणीही फॉरेनर नाही आहे, जिकडे कोणीही we cannot say that person is a foreigner, he is not my friend, he is not my brother and sister. Everyone from this global society is our brother and sister. That is the assertion. तो इथे जोर देऊन सांगतोय. दॅट इज द असर्शन मेड बाय दिस पर्सन जेम्स किर्कअप. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. The life all over the world is same. See, our needs are same, our desires are same, our bodies are same. Okay, everything is same. So it is common life. He is saying that life all over the world is a common life. It is global life. So, my dear students, we have studied 3 stanzas from the poem No Men Are Foreign today. In tomorrow's lecture, I will teach you the remaining 2 stanzas. There are 5 stanzas, total 5 stanzas in this poem. Today we have read 3 stanzas. Tomorrow, in the optional English lecture, again I will teach you the next 2 stanzas. So, thank you.